Imagine your office has no walls, no meetings, just a two-lane ribbon of asphalt stretching to the horizon. I'm driving down this highway, just as I have countless times before, and in my mind, I'm thinking, people pay hundreds for therapy. Me, I just point this rig toward the horizon. No passport, no plan, just the road and my thoughts. Most people spend their days in chaos, but me, absolute serenity surrounds me. So this is my office and my domain, as some might say. Out here, time slows to the hum of the engine and the sway of the road. But the beauty of it all is that it always makes you wonder what's just around that next bend. Every bend in the road hides something. Beauty, trouble, maybe even both. The world says hurry. Out here, the road says slow down. Let me show you why I traded deadlines and alarms for diesel hum and an endless sky. I'm taking you guys along for this ride. Just me, the road, and whatever we find out here. For those who are new here, welcome. My name's Jay, the Gallavantor. I've been crisscrossing America's highways for over a decade in a big rig. I'm here to entertain you with raw, unfiltered dashcam POVs and maybe teach you a thing or two about life over the road as a big rig driver. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. If you caught my last video, you know I mentioned I was going to work on my dashcam setup, try to get better quality footage, more cohesive clips, and ultimately give you the best viewing experience possible. But I had a rocky start. The same problem popped up. My camera loop recorded right over my footage. I thought I'd fixed it. I even set my preferred settings. But I forgot one simple step: format the SD card. So poof, there went all the earlier video of me going back to New Tazewell, Tennessee to complete my previously failed delivery and picking up this load nearby. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my last video where I explain the whole mess. Anyway, here we are. The recording picks up with me already on I-81 northbound. Just for perspective, we're coming up to exit 156 in Fincastle, Virginia. I picked up this load in New Tazewell, Tennessee, and the customer is in Montgomery, New York. My plan was to take Highway 25 in Tennessee, hop onto I-81 North, follow it to I-84 East, then take Highway 416 straight to the customer. I'm closing in on the truck ahead. As soon as the black SUV passes, I see my chance. Quick safety scan, mirror check, shoulder glance, then I move left to pass. Once I'm clear, I slide right back over. Like I've always said, never move over without checking your surroundings. Closing in on another one now. Game on, mission safe passing activated. I know it might look like I'm flying down the road sometimes, but usually the opposite is true. The vehicles I'm passing are often under the speed limit. I'm never in such a hurry that I need to speed. My loads usually have plenty of time for pickup and delivery, and if anything changes, the schedule changes too. Plus, I don't take super heavy loads. They cause too much wear and tear, burn more fuel, and basically just eat up profit, so I keep it light and keep it on time. Mission accomplished. Back to the right lane and rolling on. As this highway winds through the Appalachian region, you'll notice it's mostly trees lining both sides, like driving through a sea of green. Sometimes there's a clearing, but it's not one of those jaw-dropping views. Still, it's a relaxing sight. For me, just another day in paradise. Up ahead, there's a truck hauling an oversized load, with a pilot car following behind. I've been keeping an eye on it, waiting for the right moment to pass. The trick is to get close enough, then have enough speed to get by cleanly. You might think they're crawling along, but I'm always surprised. Once you get out in the left lane, they're often moving just as fast as everyone else. That means I've got to be faster but not camp out in the left lane and slow down the rest of traffic. Alright, game on! Committed now, fast and smooth. I've got to watch my following distance and keep an eye on that pilot car. Sometimes they'll move over suddenly to block the lane if the oversized truck needs room. Luckily, not this time. It's a breeze. And really, it's amazing to think about the human ingenuity behind moving something that massive safely down the road. Well, the forest is thinning out. Look ahead, beautiful rolling hills. This right here is why I do it. Capturing these moments, these views, just lets your mind ease into the moment. Truck on the shoulder ahead, flashers on. I like to move over when I can, but the left lane isn't clear. A truck's coming up fast, so I ease off the throttle instead. The rule is simple. Move over if you can, slow down if you can't. Let's just enjoy a few minutes of this drive. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Like, share, comment, it helps the channel and lets me keep bringing these little escapes to your screen. Trucks ahead of me are slowing down. Slight uphill grade here. Heavier loads will do that. Time to move over and pass. Now this guy passes the truck and then slows down. Makes no sense to be slower than the vehicle you're passing. Oh, looks like he figured it out. These long drives give you time to reflect, time to sort things out in your head, and I value that. I know millions of people wish they could have moments like this, but their circumstances keep them stuck. Maybe you're at a job you can't stand, or in a place where you can't even hear yourself think. Days full of chaos and noise, I've been there. And back then, I found escape through videos like this, dreaming about the open road. Part of the reason I make these videos now is to give you that same window to breathe.
The sun is squarely at my back now, and I'm approaching Lexington, Virginia. The heavy woods are behind me, so hopefully the view is opening up more. Still some lighting and color grading issues, but I'm working on it.
downhill stretch here, and you know what they say, what goes down must come up, at least in travel terms. Now we're climbing again, and here's a climbing lane. I always take the far right so faster vehicles can pass. Sometimes trucks aren't allowed in the left lane here, but not everyone follows that rule. I'm approaching the intersection of I-81 and I-64, which goes east to Chesapeake, Virginia Beach area and west to Charleston, West Virginia, and beyond to St. Louis, Missouri area. I'm also gaining on this vehicle with a trailer ahead. Gotta get in my passing phase and start my checks and pass when safe and efficient. I move over to pass them, but then watch this. They start to drift over towards my lane, and I'm like, well, here we go. But luckily, they corrected course in good time. In this job, you develop nerves of steel because you cannot panic under pressure. Like if I panic, then I may also move closer to them. And at that point, game over for both of us. You gotta be always attentive and aware while driving. And even more so if towing something, always be in tune with the position of your vehicle. This could turn to be bad real fast. Stay alert, people. Whew, that was close. And this shows that this job is not all sunshine and roses. Sometimes you get to grind your teeth a little. I get to this intersection and I gotta keep right and continue with I-81 64. And this is an area to watch out for because there are slow moving vehicles joining us ahead from I-64 East. And also, as you can see, it's an uphill area, so I had my eyes peeled out for any eventualities. Today this area seems a little light on traffic. It can be hectic sometimes. But anyway, I'm enjoying the smooth cruise, not much to fuss about. This tanker seems to be doing the same. Howdy buddy, and salute to you for the smooth passing and using that signal. I love it when professional drivers are professional. Welcome to the Signal Warriors. Coming up to the Lee Highway exit, and on the other side is the on-ramp to join I-81 North. And as you're about to see, it's one of those ramps that keeps on going, and it's ideal for an acceleration ramp. It gives the slower drivers a chance to gain the legal speed before you join the highway. Granted that it's an uphill grade and all, it also happens to double down as a truck climbing lane. So my goal is to hop on it as soon and safely as I can. I glanced over, and as you can see, there's a truck coming up the ramp. Not too worried, because they will most likely keep going on that lane, being that they are slow. As soon as I pass him, I'll get on that lane too, and will be on it unless I need to pass slower vehicles. Remember folks, keep right unless passing. Seems to be the law anyways. got to pass this swift truck, but then the tanker is a bit slow, so I wait for him to move over, and then I get past him and move over too. The lane seems clear for quite a stretch. As previously stated, I had a light load, so I was able to do the speed limit and pass a bunch of other trucks. Men, I love it when the load is this light, but occasionally I'm one of the guys I'm passing when I have a heavier load. As I came up to this pack here, I noticed the car hanging out in the truck lane, and it seems like the truck beside it is unable to move over to the truck lane, though he is slower than me, so I slow down to let the situation play out. Eventually I pass the truck and keep moving, then another pack ahead, same story, I pass them and at the same time the truck lane ends. Been rolling a while now, getting close to my planned stop in Raphine, Virginia. There's a cluster of truck stops here, good food, plenty of parking. I usually fuel up, grab a bite, or take a 30-minute break here. So on this particular day, I decided to call it a day here at the Petro truck stop, Raphine, Virginia. Now, if you like this video, then check out my other videos in this playlist on the top right corner. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and I would love to hear your feedback. So please comment in the comment section below and watch the next video in this multi-part series on the top right corner. Well, till next time, catch you guys in the next video.